Hello and welcome to this final match in this modern competitive league. Let's go ahead and take a look at our hand here. Fortunately, we lost the die roll, but let's see. We have turn 1 interaction, we have turn 2 or turn 1 draw, and we have Snapcaster Mage for a turn 3 spell. So I think this is a keep. It's a little light on action, but I think Serum Visions will be able to help us get there. If this is a combo deck, this could be tough, and we really need Serum Visions to help us dig. All right, Marsh Flats. Not sure what that could mean. I'm just gonna go ahead and go Island Serum Visions. Lands are not what we want to see, but I think these are both great draws. Marsh Flats usually indicates, I think, slower, grindier deck, so I think we have some game here, some time. So let's go ahead and draw Tasigur last. Esper. This could be Esper Control, by the looks of it. We want to draw that Tasigur, so let's shock. We might want to go Lightning Bolt at end of turn here, just to get something going. But we'll wait a bit in case. Alright, so this definitely looks like Esper Control to me. Tech Edge. Ooh, what the? Compulsive Research. That's pretty, it's pretty interesting, actually. I mean, like, it's great for card advantage, but like, if we can we power? Yeah, we can power out a Tasigur here, and I think that's what we want to do. We want to make sure we can. I mean, the lack of counter spells is rough, but this might just be like blue-black control. I've seen some lists pop up like that. I know they run a lot of Fatal Push. I don't think they run Damnation, though. Ashiok, interesting. Okay, what did they get? We got one of our Tasigurs. The question is, do we want to devote time to killing this Ashiok, or do we want to kill our opponent dead? Now, what we could do is attack Ashiok, and then play K Command, deal 2 damage, discard a card. The question is Ashiok really that much of a threat? Is it worse than keeping up Cryptic Command? We could just kill this Ashiok over 2 turns and keep this K Command as a more grindier card. I don't think we're in any rush right now. With that said, I think we should still take care of Ashiok as soon as possible. I think Delver would have been really, really nice, but hopefully we're blanking some like Fatal Pushes in hand right now. I know Blue-Black Control, I think they play 4. Yep, Ashiok goes up once more. Get some cards that we didn't want to draw anyways. See. I'll Spellbomb. That's fine. I'm not doing anything. The argument is, do we want to activate Tasigur here? Do we think that they have an answer to Tasigur? I don't want to activate Tasigur. I think it's better to be safe than sorry. Let's add a blue, say okay. Alright. Didn't particularly hurt us. Let's go ahead and get rid of this Ashiok, and then we'll just keep up. Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, we'll counter that. Alright. Interesting for this main deck Nile Spellbomb. I think that's pretty spicy, not gonna lie. What is our opponent playing? Snapcaster Mage into Compulsive Research. Sure. Draw some cards. Yep. Discard another Creeping Tar Pit. Alright. We'll go ahead and attack here. They'll probably block. No blocks. Sure. We'll play a Delver. We'll pass. What you got? What have you got for us here? Push. Now Spellbomb. Yep, that's fine. That just means that we're free to use these Snapcasters in hand in the future. Now it sucks to lose that Cryptic Command in the graveyard. I think they should have done that in reverse order. Could be wrong though. Alright. So here, I mean it depends what they do. But we could go K command, get back Delver, and K command. Just make him discard. I don't think we care about the Snapcaster Mage all that much. If this gets like remanded, mana leaked, that's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and attack. Get Serum Vision, see what we got. We definitely want to draw Cryptic Command. Serum Vision is not a bad card either, especially in a slow, grindy game like this. And now there's an argument to just go Snap, deal 2 damage, make him discard with Kolaghan's command. And that's going to force them into a tough spot. Now, of course, if they have Spell Snare here, that'll hurt. But I think we do want to do this right now to avoid any future mana leaks. Alright, what did they discard? Another land. I'm going to push the Snap? Sure. So now basically they're working with 2 cards in hand plus a Creeping Tar Pit. Inquisition. Sure, take our Snapcaster Mage. Ashiok, okay. Let's see, did they get any creatures? They did not. So, knowing that we're drawing Cryptic oh, did I? What happened? Oh, right, they got the Cryptic. Oh, man, that was... Alright. Let's go ahead and activate Tasigur right now. Because if he gives us back like Serum Visions or something, or Delver, you know. He's probably just going to give us back Tasigur though. Now there's an argument, do we go for Ashiok? Do we just go for face? Try to close out this game as fast as possible. Sure, get back another Tasigur. And I like just going for face here. This means that they need to basically block with Tar Pit this turn, and then we can get them dead the next turn. Any creatures? No creatures. Whoops. Tech Edge. Not too worried about that. Would love to draw a Lightning Bolt here. Actually, Fatal Push just does it. Because now they can't block with the Tar Pit. Attack for the kill. They rev up the pit. And we say, no sir. Alright, let's begin sideboarding. So we're up against blue-black control. Keranos will be fantastic here. Negate, double dispel, also great. It looks like they're heavy on the sorceries, which is pretty interesting. I'm pretty confident cutting Terminate. Argument to cutting a few Fatal Pushes, because they don't hit that much. They hit the man land, so maybe we should keep 2 in. But I don't care about man lands that much. Maybe we should cut 1 push, keep the bolts. Is there anything else we want to bring in, like quote-unquote grind package? Painful Truths could be good. Let's leave that on the side. PN Kieran could be good. We didn't see that many duels from them, so I don't feel confident bringing in Fulminator Mage. Let's see, we can cut 2 bolts, and now we can use the grind package that we designed earlier in the game. I think we have a pretty good matchup against this deck. There's also an argument to cutting Delver, just blank their Fatal Pushes. But it's one of our best clocks. Actually, if we cut Delver of Secrets, what are we bringing in? Bringing in bolts back in. Maybe Collective Brutality? Just really playing the hard control game. Collective Brutality is so bad in the late game, though. This is tough. We can keep in a few Delvers, but we don't need all of them. We can try to blank their Fatal Pushes. I think in general this should be a pretty good matchup. Especially if they're trying to 1-for-1 us. We can get a lot of value from PF if we can land a Keranos late game. We have plenty of Dispels to win counter wars. So let's take a look at our hand here. We got turn 1 Delver. We could actually play... We'll keep. We also saw Inquisition, so our hand could just get ripped apart here, but the plan could be just go... Interesting. Spell Bomb. Alright. So, the plan here is go turn 2 Delver with Dispel backup. And now let's hope we don't get Shadow of Doubted here. Alright, no Shadow of Doubt. That's a good start. Darkslick Shores is a nice pickup here. Let's go ahead and play our Delver out. And it's probably going to try to get pushed here. And we can go ahead and Dispel. We can also Dispel, go for the throw. Spreading Seas. Actually, that's very annoying. Why would you do that? And now Fatal Push here would be really feel bad. Let's see if we can flip Delver. No flip. But Snap Dispel, also not bad. We did get cut off of red. And I do like Kolaghan's Command in the grind, so hopefully we'll be able to hit another red source soon. Interesting, they're just straight up going for it. These now spell bombs are pretty. Oh, right. We lose our Dispel here. Ouch. Yeah, that gets it. But next turn we can keep up Cryptic Command. Thing is, if they go like Ashiok here, and we don't have that much pressure like we did before, but no Ashiok. Alright, so we're in a good position. Yes. Let's reveal Serum Visions. Let's play a Swamp. Let's go ahead and attack. And let's keep up Cryptic Command. Yup. Our opponent can go for Snapcaster Mage here. Nope, no snap. Just that. Alright, Tech Edge. Pretty annoying. There's a lot of mana denial. We're gonna Tech Edge on our upkeep. Probably smart. Say okay. Yep. Alright, so now we don't have Cryptic Command up. And we get punished pretty hard. Say okay. Our opponent is sequencing these spells pretty well. We're going to cast Serum Visions here. Pick up a Dispel. I like Dispel a lot. Go ahead and get it. We're going to be fetching away all of these anyways, so... Alright, we have 4 cards in the graveyard. 5. Oh, man, I wish we could get red. We could get red, right? Yeah. Steam Vents. And now we can run out Tasigur with Dispel backup. If they go for the throat, if they go for snap, go for the throat, we're insulated. Sunken Ruins. Ruins are pretty sunk. Now if they have a Dispel of their own, that could get really annoying. Nope. Oh. Inquisition? Probably should have done that before, I imagine. Oh, their own Tasigur. Interesting. Now I feel like a dumb's taking out those Terminates. Alright. Thing is, we can attack here. If they block, we can just... Interesting. That might have been an oversight on my part. So let's just... I guess... can trade Tasigurs here. But that might have been a mistake. Alright, we'll take 2 here. Go ahead and shock this into play. We need more, just more sources of mana. Now we're not going to be fighting on our own turn. We want to just tax their mana as much as we can. The thing is, I want to be able to command plus snap Dispel. Question is, so do we just fight now? Mana Leak gets us pretty hard, is the problem. Yeah, we can go for it right now. Make him discard, return Tasker. Alright, they're cracking their fetch. What do you got for us? Cryptic? It looks like, yeah, that's a Cryptic command. Okay. Alright, we don't want to tap all of our black mana here, so let's get back Tasker, make him discard. Discard a Watery Grave. And now Mana Leak would really hurt. But I imagine if they had Mana Leak, they probably would have targeted the K command. Alright, 2 mana, 3 mana. Ashiok. Okay. Not the best card, I'll be honest. Now Spellbomb. Okay. Alright, Cryptic Command is a It's a pretty solid card. So let's think here. If we attack Ashiok, we probably should attack Ashiok. They did get a Snapcaster Mage with it, so unfortunately we can't. Let's see, do they have anything good in their graveyard? They have Cryptic Command. I think we just attack Ashiok here. They'll probably block with Snapcaster Mage, and we're okay with that. Or they don't. Okay. Interesting line. And they go ahead and just cycle. That's fine. They're attacking. Interesting. Looks like they don't really care much about their Ashiok. Maybe they're just trying to win the damage race, but I don't think they do. Spellsnare is a nice pickup. Go ahead and try to finish off Ashiok here. Oh wow, we can't even Cryptic Command. Jeez. Alright, there goes Ashiok. Notion Thief. An opponent would draw a card. Oh god, I can't even Cryptic Command that. Okay, sure. Yeah, this isn't drawing cards, right? Jeez, Notion Thief. What the hell? What in the world? Okay. If we activate Tasker here and they go for the throat. We need cards. Oh, right. Activate Tasker. Probably just give us Thought Scour here. Spell Snare. Wow. That's interesting because... Okay. I think we just want to play defense here. You don't want to die to something crazy. We're at 3. Our opponent is... We're up on cards, but our opponent is ahead on board. So we just don't want to, like I said before, die to something out of the ordinary. We want to keep up snare, snap, snare. And now we're protected against Snapcaster Mages, go for the throats. I have no idea why our opponent didn't just give us Thought Scour. Alright, let's try to get some more cards here. The opponent would draw a card except for the first one. He or she draws in each of his or her draw steps. But he skips that draw and you draw the card. Okay. I'm just kind of looking for a K command. So what we can start doing is tapping down their team on their end step. Oh, is that what they're trying to do to me? What the heck are they going? Epiphany at the trainer. What the crap? Alright. We don't want to let that resolve. So we want to counter target spell. We can't draw a card because of Notion Thief. So we'll counter and return Notion Thief to hand. Oh, it looks like our opponent maybe accidentally gave us Spell Snare. I wasn't actually thinking before. 2 mana, 3 mana. Notion Thief. What the? Jeez. Pretty sure we kept in Lightning Bolt, right? Would love to see a Lightning Bolt. It's a pretty efficient answer to a 4 mana spell. Liliana, the Last Hope. Okay. You got it. Sure. I am shrunken. Alright, let's flash in a Snapcaster Mage here for beats. Gotta target something. We'll target Thought Scour. Sure. You got your own Snapcaster Mage. Epiphany. Okay, reveal. That won't really do anything. Alright. Upkeep. K command. Alright, let's think. What can we do from this position here? If we tap their team, we die. So that's not a good play. What we could do is K command, kill one of the Snapcasters, return one of our own Snapcasters, and we can deal with Liliana. So I think that's the best play. Return a Snapcaster, deal 2 damage here. Now hopefully they don't have Fatal Push. Oh my god, once again, I am so bad with K command right now. We were supposed to deal 2 damage here. Jeez, that just... I'm an idiot. Yep, and they even have the Fatal Push. Jeez. Okay. Definitely messed up there. Apologize. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Looks like they're gonna get a Snapcaster Mage back with Lily. Right? Oh, return Tasigur. Oh my god. Did not realize there was a Tasigur. Just getting outvalued here. Man, I made a mistake. Jeez, I feel really bad. We know they have a Notion Thief in hand, so we can't, go for Thought Scour here. Alright. Let's go ahead and attack Liliana. Because we know they have Notion Thief, excuse me. And we can always tap down their board. Alright, so let's think. He's activating Tasigur. We could bounce Tasigur in response? I don't think that's a good play. Let's just give him back Fatal Push. Because that's the card we're really least worried about right now. Well, we actually give him back Negate because we have Spell Snare, but... Alright, we know they have Notion Thief, so... Just gotta be careful. Not die to shenanigans. So, Notion Thief, Fatal Push, Tasigur in hand. Alright, we're running low on time here, so it's important to just pick up the pace here. Without like clean answers like terminates, these Taskers are getting to be a real nuisance. Notion Thief. Alright. Let's go ahead and Thought Scour ourselves right now. Keranos is a nice pickup. Does this draw an extra card? Ooh, okay. Alright. Let's think here. If we just slam Keranos, kind of like that, right? We can block here. Actually, if we slam Keranos, they could just attack for lethal, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can't do that. I think there's actually an argument for attacking here. Alright, they don't block. And then we'll just tap them down during their turn. So we tap their team. Dispel! Jeez. That is very rude. Did they get us here? Was that attack too greedy? Should we just have left man up? Spell Center doesn't hit Dispel. And we can't even snap block. Okay. Let's just say okay. Alright, they got us. Jeez. Alright. Let's make some better sideboarding decisions here. Gonna cut Delvers entirely. Bring Terminates back in. Cut Fatal Pushes entirely. Maybe even Damnation. Nah, Damnation is going in too deep. But they have, now that we know they have Taskers, Terminate will be pretty good. We could go Collective Brutality, right? Yeah, let's go Collective Brutality. Alright. Yes, I would like to play first. Yes, this is a keepable hand. We got counters. Hopefully I did not punt those earlier games. Acquisition. Okay. Probably take a Logic Knot here. If they're going for a turn 3 like Liliana or an Ashiok. But we kind of just got to hit land drops from here on out. I don't think this hand was that greedy. Notion Thief really is pretty annoying, especially because we cut out a lot of our removal. Same with Tassiger. Interesting, they took Spell Snare. Do we hit a land? Do we hit a land? Land, great. You don't have to reveal that though. Alright, let's go ahead and get a Steam Vents here. And we'll Logic Knot. Because they were probably going to take it anyways. They just probably play a land here tapped and pass. Unless they want to go ahead and like Inquisition and take our Thoughtseize or something like that. So Fulminator Mage might have been a card to bring in. I just saw so many basics earlier that I didn't think that was necessarily an avenue for victory. Now let's hope we can dodge like a turn 3 Ashiok here. Alright, Liliana. Okay. Not the end of the game, but I want to go ahead and pressure this right now in case we draw like a Snapcaster Mage or another Bolt. So we draw another Bolt. We can actually do that at end step. We don't have to do it right now in case we need to counter something. Tech edge, God. Okay. Spell bomb. Let's just say okay. Alright, we got rid of Lily. This tech is gonna... I'll say okay. But we're losing the card advantage. Ooh. That could be a really nice pickup, actually. If they don't have a counter for this. And they do. Alright. We're in a pretty bad position here. Ugh. Honestly, I feel like this matchup is pretty good. So I'm having a hard time figuring out what we did wrong to lose this matchup. Yeah, next turn they would have had Compulsive Research plus Mana Leak up anyways. Maybe we should have just fought there. Snapcaster Mage. Jeez. I mean, we're definitely not out of this yet, but you know, we're not doing well. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here is get another Steam Vents, shock it. And we could actually bounce our own Steam Vents and draw a card. I think I'm actually just gonna bounce their Tar Pit and draw a card. Oh boy. Tasker? Spreading Seed. Alright, fine. Knock yourself out, my friend. K-Command. Ah, great card. We can't cast it. Yeah, we're definitely in a really poor position right now. I think we're kind of being punished for not playing Ancestral Vision. You know, Painful Truth was so much worse than Ancestral Vision right there. Like, we could have fought over Ancestral Vision and kept up mana. Tasker. Yeah, sure. We just need so many things here, and it's just... God, like, maybe I should have bounced my own land. I don't know if that was correct. This is an interesting control deck, for sure. Maybe we should have kept in our Delvers. Early pressure. Maybe that's how we win this matchup. I'm not sure, because I've never played it. This is my first time running into a deck like this. It's more like blue-black mid-range, rather than, you know... we'll just go ahead and flash in Snapcaster Mage here. Try to get them to counter it, so maybe we can resolve a PNK and LR next turn. Looks like they just say okay. Darkslick Shores. Not the land that we want. Okay. Can we survive another turn is the question. Activate Tassiger, sure. Could have Spell Bomb, because I think that requires the most mana, and it doesn't shut off our like avenues to actually get back in this game. Well, that definitely hurts. Alright, so next turn they have lethal with the tar pit, so we have to hold back Snapcaster Mage. Alright, so we drew a Delta, but we can't play it because we can't shock because then tar pit kills us. So I think we were punished there for going for the tempo play instead of bouncing our own steam vent so we could have a land for later. We bounced the tar pit. And that's definitely how we're going to lose this game. And as we saw, Cryptic Delver was just too slow in this matchup, oddly enough. They just kept going under us. Alright, so they're pushing. Yeah, I think we're dead. We'll see if they rev up the tar pit here. Looks like they don't. So we have at least one more turn. Alright, but we're at one. We can't fetch. See if we get a basic mountain. Let's go ahead and Thought Scour ourselves. They play Notion Thief, and we will concede. Man, jeez. Alright. They got us here. Not sure if there's anything I could have done. I don't know if I sideboarded incorrectly, if we're just not prepared for this matchup. I feel like we should have a good matchup, but man, I don't know. It just Liliana, Mana Leak, the Inquisitions to rip our hand apart early game. Dang, I really wanted to go 3-2. Alright, well, let's concede. Thanks for watching, and we'll go to post-league talk about the deck and how I feel about it. Alright, see you then. Alright, hello everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, staying through all these matches. I really do appreciate all of you that watched it. If you enjoyed the content, please, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, just so that I know you're watching and enjoying the content. Feel free to comment too. Let me know if there's any lines of play you think I could have done better. I know especially in the Eldrazi games and the Blue-Black Control game, I didn't play as tight as I hoped I would. So let me know if you saw anything I could have done better there. With all that said, let's talk about the deck. Let's talk about the good, the bad, what we liked, what we didn't like, and how we got to this position of going 5-0 last week, but then going 2-3 this week with a relatively similar configuration. So first, let's talk about what we liked. With that said, what we liked is a much shorter list than what we didn't like. So let's start with what we didn't like. I think there were a lot of games that were Cryptic kind of just, it was great or it was horrible. In the Naya matchup, the card we really didn't want to see in the early game, and I think we had like maybe two in our hand at one point. So I think it's definitely a card we should trim down in the hyper-aggressive matchups. Another thing I didn't like Logic Knot. There were turns where I couldn't, play Tasigur and then keep up a counterspell. So I think we should definitely go back to Mana Leak. It's the more consistent card, and while I do like Logic Knot, I don't really like it, especially in a list with only 3 Thought Scour. So there were a lot of little changes throughout here that I'm not sure were the strongest. Counter Squall, I don't think we even saw this any games. But I do like going back to the 2 Mana Leak, minimum 2 Mana Leak. Well, that's it. Also, the other Fatal Push could have been good. It's hard to tell if it was good. We didn't really get into any hyper-aggressive matchups. I mean, it showed up in Merfolk. It did pretty well in getting rid of Master of Waves. And in some of the side games that I played against Naya Bushwhacker, not the ones that were recorded, the Fatal Pushes really came in handy. With that said, I don't think we need necessarily 3. So I think we can definitely cut 1. So I didn't like this third Fatal Push. I didn't like Logic Knot. Counter Skull we didn't really see, but I'd be more eager to go back to Mana Leak. And I think we can definitely trim on a Cryptic Command in future builds. So where does that put us? Let's talk about the sideboard. I did not like the grind package whatsoever. I think it's slower and less consistent than Ancestral Vision. The fighting over Ancestral Vision is easier than fighting over resolving a Keranos. So I really did not enjoy this package. I felt like it just wasn't as streamlined as, say, Ancestral Vision could have been. With that said, I like the rest of the sideboard. Maybe Kalidas isn't that great, but we just didn't see any matchups where it could have shined. Damnation, came in against Merfolk, against Eldrazi Tron, so it could have had game there, but it was taken away against Eldrazi Tron. Of course, this package I would never change. Anger of the Gods, I think it's pretty important, as is it Staticaster, even though we didn't see the matchups for them. There's still a lot of decks in the meta that these cards are good against. So, thank you so much for tuning in. One thing I would like to talk about the next iteration of Delver. So what went wrong in those matchups? Let's think. Naya Bushwhacker, very fast deck. And even though we had maybe the third Fatal Push, we had a lot of removal. We didn't have a lot of early game counter spells, and that deck really revolves around its 2-drops. So increasing the amount of spell snares or mana leaks could really do the job in that matchup. And those cards are also not dead against other matchups. So I think shoring up our early game is where we need help. We can't just Serum Vision, we can't just Thought Scare, we can't just Dirtle, especially when we have not the best ways of regaining tempo in the form of like sweepers, or anything like that. So I think going forward, we need to really focus on our early game, because our top end is pretty good. The Eldrazi Tron matchup, I thought that matchup was pretty close. I'll be honest, I think there were a lot of turns there where we could have drawn action and won the game. But I think we have a pretty good configuration for Eldrazi Tron. We got the Delvers, we have plenty of burn, we have Kolaghan's Command to destroy Chalice of the Void. So the matchup's not great, but I actually think it's better than, standard Tron. Even though Eldrazi Tron runs a bit more removal, I think while the Chalices can really shut us off in some games, it can also just be a pretty dead card later in the game. So I think the Eldrazi Tron matchup is good. We just got a bit unlucky there towards the end. And then the blue-black control matchup, I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't expect it. So I really, I wish I could have played maybe a little bit tighter in that matchup. I won the first game and I thought, this is going to be easy, but then I kind of maybe made some loose plays in game 2 and 3. Probably shouldn't have kept the first hand. Shouldn't have kept the first hand in game 3. That might have been also a mistake. And maybe I should have kept Delvers in. So let me know what you think the sideboard plan is for blue-black control. Because honestly, I've never played that matchup. Not sure what we should be doing in that matchup. Yeah, so go ahead and let me know. With that said, I already started brewing up another Cryptic Delver list to try to handle maybe some of the shortcomings of this list, which I'll probably showcase in the next video. Also, let me know, guys, if you guys are getting bored of this Cryptic Delver. I want you guys to enjoy the content. If you want to see straight Grixis control in the current meta, if you want to go back to straight Grixis Delver, if you want to see Young Pyromancer Delver, just let me know what you guys are interested in. Because at the end of the day, even though we are building and refining this archetype, I also want to give you guys content that you can enjoy, and I don't want to stagnate too much. So please let me know if there's any way I can make this content more enjoyable for you. So with that said, here's this list that I would be more interested playing going forward. Testing it out, it's done a lot better against Tron than my previous lists. Alright, so let's take a look at it. What are the major changes? So first of all, we go back to the original 4 Delver, 4 Thought Scour, 4 Serum Visions. And the reason I go back to this cantrip base is because we're only running 21 lands now, and we still want to be able to just keep the cards flowing and fueling Tasigur. and our Snapcasters and other graveyard-based decks, graveyard-based cards. So I really like that core package. Reason we're going for 21 lands is because, first of all, we shaved a Cryptic, and we're definitely still the aggressors. We want to remember that we're the aggressors, and we really don't want to flood out. We don't have as much ways of taking advantage of all our mana like standard Grixis Control. We don't have main deck Ancestral Vision to really take over the late game. We don't run 4 Cryptics to really take advantage of all that mana. So it's important that, yes, we are running Cryptic Command. We're not Grixis Control. And then another change, the biggest change, as you'll see to this list, is the 3 Spell Snare and 3 Mana Leak. The reason I have these 3 Spell Snares, 3 Mana Leak, there's a lot of aggressive decks in the meta right now, and while those cards can be pretty poor against the Tron variants, the rest of our deck is pretty good against Tron, in the form of Delver, in the form of Burn, and even Mana Leak's not that bad. So against Tron, we can really get aggressive. Against Eldrazi, we can get aggressive. And from the sideboard, we'd even have more tools for that matchup. But that's why I'm opting to go for the 3 Spell Snare, 3 Mana Leak, because the early game against the aggressive decks is where we really have the most trouble. So it's really important to make sure that we can actually survive to the late game. I don't think Naya Revolt is going anywhere anytime soon. I think it's one of the most consistent draw kind of aggressive decks right now, and it's going to be relatively cheap to make, both in paper and on Moto, so I expect to see a lot more of it, and it's a deck we want to be prepared for. Same with Eldrazi and Tron decks. These are decks we should be prepared for, which is why we're on the Delver plan, and not, say, the 4 Ancestral, 4 Cryptic Grixis Control plan. And then a few more things about the sideboard. I cut out the Damnation. Like I said, I think I want our sweepers to handle the aggressive decks, so I replace it with an Engineering Explosives. Keep the Fulminator package, keep Collective Brutality. And we are testing the Ceremonious Rejection, which has so far done pretty well for me. I brought it in against Affinity, against Ad Nauseam, against, of course, Tron, and just being a 1-mana hard counter against a lot of spells in the metagame right now. I've really been liking it now, and I might even go up to 2, but it might be too narrow to go up to 2. And then, of course, we brought back Ancestral Vision. I think this is where we want to be in terms of the grind package. I really did not like the grind package in this Grixis Delver Control build that we ran today. Keranos is really nice. Pia is nice. Painful Druze is okay, but these cards kind of just don't feel that great right now in the meta. But yeah, so this is what I'm hoping to play in my next video. I might tune it some more until then, but please let me know if you're enjoying this content. I really love to get feedback, make it better for you guys. But I really do appreciate you tuning in. So if you made it this far, thank you so much. And I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Goodbye.